Hi people, this is Gio of Aroundtable in Gio's Real World, and today is how Gio would reboot the DC universe from what it is now to where they plan to go with doing the James Gunn thing. I go, before James Gunn does his story and you're like, oh, you're stealing some of his ideas, I'm going to put out my storyline completely how I would have done it. Because since they want to revamp it, this is how I would have revamped. So the thing is, you see, okay, Etrigan. That's the demon, the demon gargoyle, all yellow there. Well, okay, so you see him going, he goes in this, like, you see this dimension, you see this castle, you see this flames around in the front, you see people around there. You can't see more than that, okay? You just see a bit of observing thing. He goes in there, he goes through the door and he finds his way. And in there, you have three big powerful people wrapped around with like tentacles of the octopus kind of sense, but magical, okay? And in there you have Dr. Fate. And Dr. Fate would be the same one as Black Adam, which is Pierce Brosnan. Yeah, you don't have to put the helmet or whatever. Then you have the Phantom Stranger, and you have the Chantus. So you see him, I hate pronouncing his name. Itrigan. He goes down, he does a symbol, he's doing his magic. All of a sudden the Phantom Stranger, because I think he's one of the most powerful of those three there, okay? He's kind of looking at me, he goes, no, what are you doing? Don't. He goes, I forewarned you guys. You thought I was cuckoo. You think I was crazy. The demon side took over. Well, guess what? You don't want to listen? Now you have to suffer in pain. So his claws go, and he grabs the vein, and he just pierces it, and you see the Phantom Stranger screaming like crazy in pain. All of a sudden, from that point of there, in deep space, the Spectre wakes up, and he feels as his friend is in pain. So he, like whatever how he does it, he reaches Earth. But before he's about to get close to Earth, like he's already near the moon, he feels this powerful aurora surrounding the Earth. And then he does what his thing, and he sees it's the Eclipso. His aurora is around the Earth. And he goes there, and he feels this aurora is more powerful than he ever was. Even Spectre, he's like, it couldn't surpass him. He's not sure. There's too much power involved. He goes, his chance of winning is very slim. So he finds a solution. So he puts his hand on the side of space and he goes there and he does whatever. All of a sudden you see like a magical aurora going on his hand. But then you see a Spectre's hand on the other side. So he's talking to Spectre in another multi-universe. And he's asking, and you have the communication when you want to. He goes there, I need help. Goes there, but I know you cannot send too much through the portal and everything. Goes, can you send me your Justice League? So he sends his Justice League and a couple people. So in there, he sends, first of all, Zatara and John Constantine, and then the Justice League. Now my version Geo's, I had the Cyborg because I was going with what there was a movie, but I would have put John Stewart in there. Yeah, I would have played Cyborg with John Stewart, like the real Justice League is supposed to be. And he'd be like, yeah, but Geo, your Geo version with Cyborg, with John Stewart going to O and everything. Well, then that John Stewart would be replaced by Guy Gardner and just change a bit of thing, and it will make sense like crazy anyways. So in there, you have, of course, you have Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, and of course, as I said, John Stewart. So they're there, and Spectre opens a portal to go near the headquarters where the other Justice League is, you know. And you see a big sign. You see their fortress, and you see Justice League, you know. But in there, you see these villains trying to break in because they can't go inside everything. So in the villain, you see Lex Luthor, Solomon Grundy, the Ultra Unit, the Shade, Atomic Skull, Sheev, and Cheetah. So all of a sudden, yeah, the fighting starts going, and then they start fighting this now because they're villains. It doesn't take a genius out of it. So their job is to release the Justice Leagues, right? And Zatara and John Constantine, they're going to that fortress where Etrigan was, okay? But so when you see the fortress now, you start seeing outside that little flame and everything. Well, over there you have the Thinker. Yes, science is magic and magic is science. So the Thinker had something to do with it. And that fortress is Dr. Fate's fortress. Okay? Now, these are the wizards that had put the spell, and they captured those three wizards or magic people. And they're using their spell because the Eclipso, later on you're going to see, has a nice big humongous medallion, gold bracelet with jewels and everything, and that absorbs all the magic of these three guys. Okay, plus a bit of the villains because they don't need all their forces to contaminate them inside the fortress as prisoners, but at the same time they're willing to help Eclipso to win their battle, kind of sense. So in there you have Mordu, you have the wizard, you have John Sorrows, and Wutan. So they're all there with one of them. So now Zatanna and John Constantine have to find figure a way how to levitate to win that battle. So their strategy is to find out in the fortress what's happening and that. Istagan is there, but when they go there, are they gonna be as friends as enemy? And progress that story. Now you go back to the battle and they're fighting. Yeah, I'm trying to make it short because it can be fast. Whole point is the Justice League, like this, you can make the Justice League got formed already, or did the Spectre took them before they became the Justice League? You see where I'm going with there. So, anyways, they're good. They're keeping the level and everything. So now what happens? You have the Shade. He lost it. He goes there. Go, okay, enough is enough. He opens a portal, and all of a sudden, while before the portal, there's a lot of things happening. Now you have the Spectre. He meets Calypso, and you see Calypso with like these armored god, like a god there, but nicely done. And then he has these, I said, the big amulet around there, with all jewels glowing like crazy. And he feels all powerful. So the Spectre is fighting with him, and he feels his power is still powerful, no? But then there's a certain point, like later on, he's in the field, his power diminishing. Now, these little diminishing is what happens is the fortress, where Dr. Fate and everything, when they were able to break those tentacles around them, and then those five. Yes, and Itragan is a good person. So they end up fighting with the other villains and everything. So with that, he loses power to Eclipso. Then example, Justice League, when they're fighting against all those villains, now the Shade opens a portal. He opens a portal and more villains coming out. And there you have Black Adams, which is Dwayne Johnson. Okay? Then you have the Ragdoll. And Ragdoll, me, what I'll do is I'll make him like the power, like the Mr. Fantastic. He's able to stretch, like very creepy, but everything that. You have the Psycho Pirate, female, I would have made it. Vandal, Savage, Sportsmaster, Baron, Blitzen Key, whatever his name, Icicle, and Brainwave. So that's all that. So Justice League is like, holy crap, we're finished, All of a sudden you see these powerful energy rays falling them and hitting like Black Adams and everything. And you have the Justice League inside. And you have, now mind you, this is my point of view, okay? In there, okay, in the Justice League, okay, you have Ben Affleck as Batman. But then you have two Batmans there. You have another Batman, okay? Well, the thing is this way, wait, because there's a lot of things in my head that I'm saying. Because when you see them in their fortress, right? They're in a force field because they're supposed to be sleeping. That's what Eclipse was trying to do. But at the same time, they were supposed to be sleeping. But then after, the villain's supposed to go in there, prison them or kill them or whatever. But somebody put a force field around them. And that's why those guys are trying to break through and everything. Who made that force field? It's none of the Justice League or any of these superheroes. It's a surprise guest. But you'll find out later on. So what happens, but in there when you see the cocoons and everything, the three people were able to kind of break out a bit of the cocoon from the sleepiness, okay? Because they're in a dream world. Was the two Batmans and also a Cyborg. And you go, two Batmans? Yeah, you're going to understand later on. So now, back to the thing. So you see Superman firing a strong energy at Black Adam, okay? Now, he's Henry Cavill, older. You have Wonder Woman, but she doesn't get older because Wonder Woman is not supposed to age. It's still Gal Gadot. Then you have Green Lantern, Alan Scott. Then Ben Affleck's Batman. Then the other Batman, believe it or not, is Kristen Bell. He's really Nightwing, older version who becomes Batman, and Ben Affleck is Batman as the Batman with the all armor and everything. So it's two different It's like both Batmans, but they both whatever, no? And you understand later on. Then you have Hawkman, who's Addis Hodge, yes, of Black Adam. Then you have Stargirl, but me I prefer Black Lightning from the TV series. I liked it. I really did love that TV show. I love the actor. He should be in there. Why not? And they're not the Justice League. the Justice Society of America. Because when they later on you see the sign that it's seen Justice League, then after whenever like the guy will say, "Oh, it's Justice League," when the guy sees it again, whoever hero, male or female, it's written JSA. So how come they didn't see it good? You'll see it why later on. So now these guys get into the fight. So now it's kind of a fair fight. So they're fighting. So now Eclipse is having problems now. Now his power is getting diminishing, lower, but he's still very powerful. So they have to break the next bound. So that's where what happens. All the magic people and everything with the Istagan, they find the thing that they were trying to, the wizard and everything, and they had to break that bubble around it. So they finally break it, okay, to make a long story short, okay? And you see it, then after you see Calypso, he's losing power, because now he's fighting with something in him and fighting Spectre. The whole point, when they fight, Calypso ends up disappearing, and the finals, and what was inside disappeared completely, okay? So now you try to find out who was that person. So all of a sudden you see all Justice League, they're talking about stories and everything, and the Just Say, and the Just JSA there, and you see Henry Cavill and everything. It goes there. So you guys are just Society of America. Yeah. But the whole point was when we're there, we're in a cocoon of sleep, because they're trying to put us in a weak state so they could take advantage of us, whatever their intentions was. But somebody was protecting us, and you see it from far. You see an agent with a patch, white guy, it's walking, with a big shield of America and everything, okay, walking towards them. But they're talking. So they're all telling their stories. It's like Kristen Bale. It goes, yeah. Because I remember, because I wasn't there, as I was Batman. Okay, I wasn't there. But then I was in love with Catwoman. But that's not me. That's my boss. That's Bruce Wayne. Because that turned me off. That certain thing turned me off with the Joker, how he looked. He goes, he never looked like that. Then it was this. We're talking about the movie version. Yes. So all their bad experience that woke them up from reality, it was the movie version that they're living through, the ones we've seen, that they were in a dream state, that like Superman with Wonder Woman, Batman, like a Batman versus Superman. Superman will say that. Because yeah, here I am making the criminal pass by, but then I give a hard time to a crime fighter. I go, okay, he doesn't do the way I am. I'm not gonna crash his car. I'm almost make him die while I make the criminals pass by. Then another part, I was floating in the middle of the river. I felt like a pellified because I was listening to Lois Lane while she was doing everything. Yes, see all the mistakes they did. They start saying that doesn't make reality. Like even the Flash, and yeah, I'm trying to protect them. Then I came off the building, and then it was a dog, it was babies, and I was saving them. But then it makes sense. Then I see another person, I see my version of myself. But that's not supposed to happen? It doesn't change the timeline. So they're all talking about all the boo-boos, dreams they had that didn't make sense. And Cyborg, when he's fighting everything, I completely forgot about that. Because when he's fighting, he's with Green Lantern and everything. Green Lantern goes, oh, so you're a Cyborg. Well, I not really am Cyborg. But yeah, because you're supposed to be T-Type, but what are you doing with the Justice League? Because they don't know, that was in the past there. He goes, oh yeah, sure, I should transform myself because my dream state made me into Cyborg. You mean dream state? Who are you? Then all of a sudden, he's changing red and black. And then he has this weird smile with dark glasses. Yes, Plastic Man. And don't forget, Plastic Man is getting more and more powerful. That if you think of it, if you put him in a state that he thinks he's Cyborg, is his body able to adapt in a point that he's able to be Cyborg for a couple of minutes? Maybe it won't be as powerful as energy rays and everything, whatever, but he could imitate Cyborg from point of view. So Cyborg in our movie version was really Plastic Man's nightmare kind of sense. That woke him up because I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do this. So so all of a sudden, so now you see this person coming closer and closer, and he talks to everybody. He's like, and you see the big shield with a big S. Yeah, he's supposed to look like Nick Fury, but the white version, okay? And he comes there with a patch. You can put the patch on the other side, it's copyright kind of sense. And he goes, so you guys, you finally solved everything, and he's telling them things. Yeah, the force field because it's my master who my protege, my master, this and that. He's the one who protects you and everything, and he give me the power to protect you and everything. That, but who are you? And he's telling stories and this and that, okay. And the thing is, this is the name that I cannot pronounce. I have it read somewhere here, somewhere. It's a here it is, Mr. Mixpixik. Because I'll say right now, Mr. Pixel, whatever, the Superman, the little elf from the 10th dimension. Because you don't know what he's making these jokes, and you see S, but when you see it, you think it's shield, right? But it's written shut up. Goes, so the guy goes there, huh? You work in an agency called Shut Up? Well, it's not working because you're reading it and you're still talking. Why are you talking still? Shut up. You know? And he's making all these crazy jokes because he's supposed to be like that, right? And then he goes there, but who are you? He goes, oh, because this is one of the characters I like from the other dimension where I'm green. Because John Byrne did an approach that, I have to pronounce his name again, Mr. Pixik, in the Marvel universe, he's the Impossible Man. So did he go to the Marvel universe? Is it true or not true? And then he goes, yeah, I'm there because I don't know why. Because to go through the barrier, it changes because I come green. Well, here I'm like an elf. Somewhere else I'm something else. I go, yeah, you guys don't know how I really look, huh? Well, guess what? Y'all never know. But then after the portal opens and you see the real Mr. Pixel, how he looks like, and he tells him, goes, okay, come to me. He goes, and it's a lot smaller version. He goes, what happened over here? He goes, well, when I felt I was getting attacked, because when they invited me, the villains there, they were saying, oh, we want you to be our leader and everything. They were giving us this big humongous the chain there, the amulets and all that. He goes, as soon as they put it, that like look at it, he's a god kind of sense. So his brain is like a flash thinking that by the time it took over 100% over him, he was able to make a strategy to create a mini version of himself. He goes, yeah, I go, goes like from the other universe, I created a servant or a herald, whatever. Yeah, Galacticus and Silver Surfer, but you can't see that, right? And he goes, I created a mini version of myself to thwart their plan and to slowly show a strategy to do what I do. So this guy wants to see Estragan, and he's the one who put the force field around the building. He put the name Justice League when it's supposed to be JSA. He strategized everything to that he actually made the Justice League and the Just Like Society of America win the fight, the war, what you want to call it. So that's it. And then he jumps out into the little portal and he goes to the 9th dimension and it's finished, whatever this and that. I know it could be a longer version and everything, but yeah. And of course, Aquaman, Justice League Society, yes, it will be the same thing, same person, Jason Momoa and everything. Now here, what happens? Now you have Justice Society League of America. Now they could do Justice League, Geo's version, of course, was a bit better, right? And also Kingdom Come. You see, because these are all the older version of Kingdom Come, and that's so you could have also you have two different franchise for two different dimensions, and then if they want to go to do Infinity Incorporated, which is that world, or you could call it the new JSA, all right? You have the Huntress, yeah, Bruce Wayne and Catwoman's kid, the Fury, Niklon, the Star Sparkling Kid, which better change that name because kid, Adam Smasher, yeah, you could get the guy from the what's it called from the movie, the Black Adam, Jade and Obsidian, North Wing, you have Silver Scrub and Power Girl. So then you have another, and then once in a while you can have the movies cross over. So that's how I would have done it. So now you have the Justice League starting all over with new actors, new direction, new everything. Geo version would have been better, of course, right? And then also you open this new Earth with the Justice League opening Kingdom Come, which a lot of people, including myself, would love to see them. You have all these actors back in the before doing smart, realistic movies now. Not these movies that you're looking at like, okay, seriously, the geeky me is going crazy. So that's it. So that's how I would have done it. Yeah, I had to write a couple of things because it's too much information. And a lot of things I will forget that I'm like, damn, I should have said that. Plus, it's almost 20 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, Steven is better than I do. Subscribe, put your likes. Tell me your comments, opinions, because maybe I'm in a little land, whatever. But I find it's a pretty good story. You know, so that's it. Yeah, it's fast and easy. You don't get the whole story, but you kind of see where I'm going with this thing. There's a lot of fighting. This could be like a 2-part movie kind of sense, okay? So that's it. Geo out, and I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Bye, guys.